Homemaking looks a little bit different when you are preparing for a trip. Our family is getting ready to venture out on a 22-hour road trip from Minnesota to Rhode Island, which will likely end up being more like 26 hours with our twins. There's a lot to prepare to get ready to go, but our life also has to continue on in these days of preparation. People need to eat, kids need to get outside and play, laundry needs to be done. So join me today for some homemaking in the midst of twin toddlers and packing for probably the longest road trip of my life. But seriously, I was talking to my husband, and this will be the longest time we have spent together as a family in such close proximity since one of our boys was in the NICU and we all spent one day and night together in that small little room. So I want to prepare for this well so that we really do have a fun time. I have a lot that I'm going to share with you today. Some yummy granola bar recipes, as well as some quick summer meals that we've been making a lot that are really easy, but also things that our boys have been loving this summer.
Oh, that's fun. That's it.
3,
No.
4,
6,
5.
5.
Your turn. Sometimes in weeks like this, when there's so much to get done, I feel really torn on how to spend my time as a mom, as a homemaker. These tasks, like making granola bars with your 2-year-old toddlers, will take longer than if you were to do it alone, but it allows me to get something done, to invite them in and have them help. It also avoids usually a lot of conflict between them because they're engaged in something really productive, but it requires some preparation on my part and some really clear boundaries in the process of having them help me in the kitchen.
Somebody. Magic.
Don't touch the honey while I'm pouring it. I'll give you a little on your finger when I'm all done.
A big one.
Don't touch it while I'm doing it. Don't touch it while I'm doing it. When I'm all done measuring it, then I'll give you some. Wait.
Honey. I did that.
No. Put your fingers out. To make these granola bars, you just take 1 cup of peanut butter, half a cup of honey, a teaspoon of vanilla, a heaping half teaspoon of salt, 2.5 cups of rolled oats, and 1/3 of a cup of mini chocolate chips. You can also add in there some pumpkin seeds or crushed peanuts on top if you want. I always make a double batch of this and put it into a 9x13 pan just to have more. They last really well in the refrigerator. I have a whole video on a few different granola bars that we've loved. I'll link it up here in the cards, but this one is definitely one of our favorites.
Look at that. What do you say?
There's always a lot of random laundry to keep up on. Right before a trip, you're washing all sorts of things, but my strategy for the couple of days before we leave is just to do laundry every day and just combine all of our laundry together. Normally I do our laundry with like all the boys' clothes, all of my clothes, all of my husband's clothes, but I want to make sure that we're not leaving a lot of dirty laundry at home before we leave, because when we come back we will have plenty of dirty laundry that needs to be washed. Keeping up with it this way is helpful.
Look at this.
We've had so much rain here lately, and so today was a beautiful day wasn't very humid and it wasn't too hot out. So I took the time to take the boys to the park for honestly a few hours, and we met up with a friend there and just had some really enjoyable time together outside. I wanted to try out one more granola bar recipe that I had found. This is for a crunchy granola bar, and it's almost the same recipe. It's all the same ingredients: peanut butter, honey, oatmeal, vanilla, salt, mini chocolate chips, and this time it adds Rice Krispies, which I really liked the texture of these. They were a little less dense and they had this nice crunch to them. So I mixed up a batch of these, and we will bring these along on our journey as well. I'll drop the recipe to this down below, as well as any of the other things that I'm making in today's video. We are so excited to be going on this family vacation and feel very blessed to be able to do so. Like I said, we are road tripping it. We will be camping out in Rhode Island. My husband, his mom grew up in this area, and so he grew up camping out there for sometimes a month of the summer, and it is just his happy place. He loves to fish out there and he loves all of the beaches, and so we will be going with some of my husband's siblings will be there with their children, so my in-laws will be there, so the boys will get to spend a lot of time with their grandparents, and we're just really looking forward to this time together. I was sharing with a friend from church about our upcoming trip and how my brain is just thinking of all the details and what do I need to bring so that I can be so prepared that we avoid all problems and conflicts, that I just have everything that we need. And she could relate to me, but also had just said how they love road trips and how fun they are. And it got me thinking about our road trip. And for me, for a while, the road trip was just the way that we were going to get to our family vacation. And it wasn't something necessarily to look forward to. Like, what fun could you have when you're driving 24 hours in a car with toddlers? But then it did get me thinking of what a special opportunity this drive will be, that we actually haven't ever been in this close proximity to one another for that long of a period of time, and that I want to end up in Rhode Island better than when we started, and not treat the drive like just something we have to get through, but actually part of our vacation and part of the fun that we are going to have together. It really has taken some preparation. So I put together a bunch of activities that I'm looking forward to doing with the boys on our drive, and just trying to think about how do we do family life in a truck for that many hours together. And I think sometimes car rides, when your children are not having a good time or they're whining, it's inconvenient and you're kind of snapping at them like, what do you need? What's wrong? And I don't want the drive to be like that. I want to engage with them, have fun with them, and really make memories on this drive, especially since we are driving through the night. I'm sure there are going to be times that my husband and I are just trying to keep one another up. And so I was telling him we should make a fun playlist of upbeat songs and things. We could share AirPods in the middle of the night and listen to music as we're driving across the country together, and really just get there closer than when we started, and not just plug our children in, plug ourselves into something to just drown out the amount of time that we're together. I really want to enter into this time that we will have together. For dinner tonight, I am just making up some things that we have in the pantry and in the fridge that need to be used up. This is my go-to summer salad. It is coleslaw. It is so easy. It is so cost effective. A cabbage is like $1, and carrots are really reasonable. I usually use one cabbage for 2 or 3 meals. I just cut it in half and do half at a time. It's mayonnaise, white vinegar, lemon juice, a little bit of sugar, salt, and pepper. as the dressing, and you just mix that up, pour it over top, and it's so refreshing. It's very normal. I think sometimes I've had coleslaw and it's weird and odd. This is a very normal coleslaw recipe, so I will put it down below if you want to give it a try. My boys surprisingly really enjoy this as well. I just roasted up some sweet potatoes and broccoli and threw in this pre-seasoned turkey tenderloin from Aldi for just a quick dinner. Now that popcorn you saw me make, that was just a fun afternoon snack so that I could prepare dinner, and they were eating popcorn on the couch, listening to a story on their Yodo player, and I walked into popcorn everywhere. So that was our little dance party after we cleaned up all of the popcorn that was between all of the couch cushions, under the couch, all over the floor. I didn't want to travel with our 9x13 glass pans, and so I just decided to cut up all these granola bars, wrap them up individually, and get them into a Tupperware so that we can just keep them in the cooler and have quick, easy access to healthy, hearty snacks. I did my grocery shopping and bought my fill of snacks for our drive, but also for our time out there. So I was just kind of divvying up what I bought and putting together a specific basket for the car for our travel, and then just putting all the extra snacks into another tote for when we are out there. Obviously, we don't need to have 30 fruit snacks on a 24-hour drive. So just paring it down a little bit with a mix of things for the kids, but also snacks and things for my husband and I while we're driving. Things like nuts and trail mix that will be great little things to keep us awake on the long drive. I want to be able to make some sandwiches for the road, so I'm just getting some sourdough sandwich bread mixed up here. The super easy recipe, so soft and yummy. I will link it down below. It's just water, sourdough starter, butter, salt, flour, sugar, and you mix that up and it's just some of the best bread. When we are camping, we will be in a tent, and so for ease of packing, I am just packing everything into totes to just help if it were to rain or it's just really humid, to just have everything really in a nice sealed container. I have to pack quite a lot of clothing because we will be gone for 10 days or so, and we won't be doing laundry while we are away. And with kids, I just feel like they go through so many clothes. Things get dirty or they get wet, and so we're basically bringing the boys' whole wardrobe with us. To be prepared for anything that we might face while we are there. So I am bringing a variety of essential oils in case someone were to get sick or have some kind of ailment. So I'm bringing those, and packing up our first aid kit and all of our toiletries also in just a big tote to make it really easy to keep track of all those bottles. The boys had found some backpacks at a garage sale and they weren't quite big enough for them, and so I got these on Amazon. I'll put a link down below, and they're just the sweetest little backpacks, perfect for this kind of trip where it'll be nice for the boys to have their own little bag with their change of clothes and their water bottle and a few snacks, sunglasses. So got those packed up and ready to go. My husband and I loaded up the truck this evening. We leave tomorrow evening after he gets home from work. So we wanted everything packed and ready to go. Surprisingly, it went really smoothly. So I'm just getting my bread shaped and ready to do its second rise in the fridge overnight. I'll bake it in the morning, make sandwiches, pack the cooler, and get all those final details ready before we go. Another thing I'm always thinking about before we leave town, especially for this trip when we're gone for an extended period of time, is making sure that our fridge is in good order and that anything that needs to be eaten up is eaten. So the whole week before leaving, I feel like we are just kind of puzzle piecing together meals, using up what we have, and trying not to make too much food. I did one last clean out of the fridge, consolidating all of the refrigerator snacks that we will bring with us and making a little pile of things that I might bring over to a friend to eat for us because we won't have room to bring it with us and I really don't want it to go to waste. Well, you guys, thank you for joining me today for this variety of homemaking tasks. As we prepare to get out of town, stay tuned for some highlights from our trip in an upcoming video. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week for another video. Have a great day. Bye.